Good morning. I'm late for work, but I want to do a little bit more on the attempt to make a sophisticated drawing here. So what we want to do here, everything looks great, except to me there's not enough depth here, and so I'm going to try to get more depth. And we're also trying to introduce the blending stump. So anyway, here down here is like one of the darkest areas in the glass. So I'm going to put here a 12B, see what happens here. So there's like two darks right there. Also we are employing the eraser pencil, and I want to extend this this highlight right here, so let's see if that works. Looks good. When I first got this eraser pencil, I couldn't do anything with it. I thought it was just, not for me or something, but today looking really good, this eraser pencil. I don't understand it. Okay. Anyway, I think the electric eraser is better, but this definitely you can get a fine detail. The electric eraser, something like this, you get kind of a fat, highlight, but then you go back in with pencil afterwards, and then you can, make it skinnier, and it definitely picks up the lead off the graphite off the paper great. So anyway, that's looking good. Having a highlight like this, especially at the bottom, is a fabulous attribute for your sketch. So anyway, we're trying to do there we go. Now I'm going to take the blending stump and see if we can make this a more profound dark. So, and yes, we are sort of filling in all the crevices of the paper there, and we want to sort of swoosh out here. It's not really the hard line I'd like to see, so here's a 4B. I'm going to see about getting a sharper. I mean, it's more like this, sort of like a there, and then here we gotta come out this way. This is doing meticulous detail, and then look at it later and see if you got anything worthwhile. And I'm loving this dot right here. I'm gonna go reinforce this dot. That really says hello. I'm in the clear glass. I'm in the front of the clear glass, right? So, and it's actually, there's no dot like that on the subject. Hey, thanks a lot for that thumbs up. Good morning, everybody. Rock and roll on a clear glass today. Trying to put some intense contrast. This is a 12B pencil. Trying to get some intense contrast right down here, because this is like one of the, that's the most forward area closest to the viewer, but this is one of them, and it's an important place to, really pop out of the paper. So anyway, and over here there's another, we want to sort of get in here too. So 12B, I think I have a 14B somewhere, but 12B is the softest lead on hand, so that's why we're using 12B right here. Okay, good. Now let's see. Doesn't look that dark, but well, I want to get the old blending stump, see what we can do with that. We elected to try the blending stump on this particular sketch attempt. Okay, that could be good, but I really don't like this the little dot that's right there, so I want to get rid of the little dot. Maybe this miraculously started working. No, it did not. I gotta get more batteries, send this to the maintenance department, get better batteries. Okay, let's try to get rid of this little dot. Okay, I guess the dot might be gone. This brush is great for, this came with the AF-Matte pencil sharpener, I think, which came with the, what do you call it? Electric eraser by AF-Matte brand. Okay, whatever. Now let's keep rolling here. I want to get a dark right here that okay, it's right here. Let's see about getting a dark right there. I really think we get some darks like all the way through this. To create contrast, we are going to magically achieve depth that we do not have at this stage. And then up here, this is one of the darker areas. So let's see if we got so our blending stump, what we're trying to do is you know, get rid of these little dots of white that are the paper, and you know, we hope so that is darker. I mean, this is darker than that, and so that's a win right there. Now I'm going to try to take this and bring it over, and I don't think that's working, so I'm going to take the 12B and just make this line here, because this is the water line as seen through the glass, and very important that this sticks out, comes forward. I might mention again, you can see the texture on that paper. This is called multimedia paper. It's probably not the best choice if we wanted to do a sophisticated sketch. So, but we're, we're several hours in. I mean, I think today we're gonna go into like 3.5 hours on this sketch. So, you know, it's not like we should just stop and start again because we didn't have good paper to be using here. All right, so I think we're doing doing a good job here. Nice going. Okay, and what else is happening? This line right here is among the darkest, so let's bounce in there with the 12B and reinforce that line. Today, I don't know about yesterday, but today the line is a consistent line. Yeah, that's the beauty of doing a clear glass. Reflections change frequently. I'm gonna try and get a better shot here lined up. Maybe a little smaller. Okay, so now we are gonna try to get this line that's there, and that it's actually lighter here, but it's kind of darker here. So, and it really follows the curve of the glass. So let's see if we can get a good lucky curve. The reason I'm doing this sketch in the beginning is because I was unhappy with the way that glass came out, especially the top there. And you know, while we were talking about a pear with a photo of a pear as a real-time watercolor painting, somehow we said, well, wait, let's see if we can get a competent version of the clear glass. So, okay. We're doing the line that goes right here, which is lighter right there. I think we're going to put a dot there, and then it does kind of go all the way to the edge. So I'm going to see about right here. All right. I'm reluctant to do, you know, too much blending stump. I think it really use it sparingly. Otherwise, you know, the whole thing is just going to look like weird, I think. So anyway, let's see what we got here. I'm wondering if we should go up to the edge. I think in this instance, we're going to go to the edge. then this, I'm going to go color this in because we're going to erase right there. So now let's do the erase. I think the erase is going to make a better highlight than just leaving. Oh yeah, man. Look at that. Oh, wow, yeah. That looks good. Take a little more off right here. That's sharp. Okay, so I want to get the, I'm gonna go with the 12B and just get this a little bit darker right here and here to emphasize what we are going to call a, this we hope is gonna say hello on the outside of the glass, right? So I'm just gonna diffuse this end right here. That is looking sharp. Oh yeah, man. And this does go to the edge. Let's see if we can hit the edge. I did see some blending stumps that were like, you know, as pointed as this, and I almost bought them. Wish I would have, because to do this corner right here, that would probably be a big help. But that is looking really sharp. We're having success. How about that? Also, I think we want to mirror this kind of intensity of shadow underneath. So I'm going to see about going right here and see if we can mirror the intensity of that shadow. The shadow is most intense right here and then fades out over there. So let's see if we can see. Looking good. And gonna, this line here in a way looks like a reflection, you know, on the table or whatnot of the glass, but for now I'm gonna keep that edge clean. This would be a job for the kneaded eraser, but I mean the electric eraser, but since we don't have a battery, I'm gonna try it with this. Another thing about the electric eraser is it can really scrape the tooth right off the paper, and once that happens, then the paper is not going to accept the graphite, which always really sucks. So that's, I guess that's another positive, you know, pencil style eraser versus what do you call it, electric eraser. Now I want to take 6H here because I want to emphasize this shape here of shadow, but I don't want it to be as dark as the 12B area. And just trying to see where exactly we want to have that 6H. I guess like right around here. Let's go right here. Good. Also, we're going to want something right in here. Just try to get that in there. So this is 6H pencil because there's some mid-tones. And, you know, meanwhile, this and this is an extreme highlight. Is some of the biggest highlights in the subjects. Here, there's a curve. I'm going to try to get that curve. And so I really don't like to be drawing any lines, but having said that, I just drew a line because we just want this curve in there. And kind of goes out like this. Looks pretty good. And then examining the other end, It's also kind of shaded, so I'm going to go here and just kind of color this whole thing in a little bit. We can also do this area. I don't know if I should be leaving this white streak there. It's an artificial or poetic license white streak. Hi, thanks for visiting. We're trying to get a sophisticated drawing here on the wrong paper. This is multimedia paper. It has a weird texture, and but we're doing it anyway. And I think it'd be good just to get the way this is dark, I want to mirror that dark right there. So this is the 12B. I just want to get right here and say, hello, I'm just as dark as that. And now it's shiny, which I don't know if that's so great. So let's see if we can't just sort of and this should go out into two places. So this white line at the bottom, I mean, it's not really there, but that is helping us